Was the Prague Spring a revolution? Have you ever wondered if the Prague Spring was truly a revolution? This fascinating period in history took place in Czechoslovakia during 1968. It was led by Alexander Dubček, who was the first secretary of the Communist Party of Czechoslovakia. Dubcek aimed to create what he called socialism with a human face. This meant introducing reforms that would make the communist system more humane and responsive to people's needs. The Prague Spring reforms included significant changes like freedom of speech, press freedom, and reduced censorship. It even allowed for the legalization of opposition political parties. These reforms were meant to improve the political and economic conditions in Czechoslovakia while still keeping the socialist framework intact. Dubček and his supporters did not want to abandon socialism. They wanted to democratize and humanize it. However, the Soviet Union and its allies in the Warsaw Pact viewed these changes as a threat. They feared that if Czechoslovakia could liberalize, other communist states might follow suit. This could lead to a counter-revolution against the strict Soviet-style communism that dominated the Eastern Bloc. Despite null reassurances of loyalty to the Socialist Bloc, the Soviet leadership decided to intervene militarily. On August 20 and 21 of 1968, Warsaw Pact forces invaded Czechoslovakia. This military action effectively ended the Prague Spring and reinstated strict communist control over the country. The Soviet response highlights the political structures in communist states during the Cold War. The Soviet Union maintained strict control over its satellite states to ensure a uniform political order. So, was the Prague Spring a revolution? In the traditional sense, it was not. It was a reform movement within the communist system rather than a complete overthrow of it. The Prague Spring represented an effort to adapt and improve socialism in Czechoslovakia. However, it was suppressed by the Soviet Union to maintain the existing political structure. This event shows the tension between reformist aspirations and centralized control in communist states. While the Prague Spring aimed for a more humane socialism, the response from the Soviet Union made it clear that such changes were not acceptable within their sphere of influence.